Hey, it is Wednesday. It's me, Cindy Rowe, and I have a great special guest today on my show, Chip from the CBD store or your CBD store. Hello, Chip. How are you?
Hi, Cindy. Hey, congratulations on your 5-year anniversary.
Thank you so much. It's been a whirlwind of a few years, I guess, and I'm excited. And today is just I've been on cloud nine because not very many businesses make it to this mark. So, very very excited. So, well, tell us a little bit about your store and how you got involved with the CBD market. Give us the lowdown.
Okay, so that's interesting. So I've been in Roscoe, next to the Schnucks grocery store since last fall. Um, we I had a store in Sycamore, Illinois, and we were doing fine there. And then the pandemic was upon us, and I found myself at the end of my lease on my building. And in the meantime, got contacted about this space in Roscoe, which I had originally really liked when I first was looking into the CBD business. Um, but I chose to start in Sycamore. So this came available, the timing worked out, and I decided to move my location from Sycamore to Roscoe. But the fall still found me affected by the pandemic.
Right.
Uh, I'm right next to a side entrance to uh, Schnucks that was closed because of the of COVID. They wanted only one entrance in, one entrance out.
Right.
So my main path for uh, impromptu or uh, just customers snooping around was gone. I get a little bit from Great Clips across the hall, but so that, went about 6, 7 months of that being closed. And then finally that opened and things changed a lot for the better when that opened. But I got into CBD. I was previously in the fitness business with Anytime Fitness. I had several gyms operating and with leases coming to an end, the big box competitors coming into all my markets, the timing was such that I needed to exit that, and I was able to transition them to former employees, which they are still operating in the same space I was, only as non-franchise gym owners. So that helps them compete a little bit. And then, meanwhile, I looked to pivot into something different and stumbled upon this affiliate program with your CBD store. Um, I didn't have any experience in CBD. I had experience in multiple location franchising, but not in CBD or anything like this. So they had a terrific training program. I became interested in it, and it turns into a passion. I mean, I always enjoyed helping people. No matter what I've done, it's always about helping improve people's lives, whether it was
Right.
fitness, way back in my golf days, helping people enjoy that better. And then now for, the wellness benefit of the CBD. So that's how I ended up here. And my goal is to increase this so I have multiple locations, maybe in this area or expanding to other areas too. So there you have it.
That's awesome. So I have yet to have a franchisee owner on my show. Um, and you called your CBD store an affiliate. So is there a difference between the affiliate and the franchise in the sense of how you operate?
Yes, good question. So the affiliate style of doing business means you sign an agreement with the main corporation to sell their products exclusively. So
Okay.
in exchange for that, you get their logo, access to marketing materials, um, new launches on new products coming out, things like that. Where the traditional franchise um, is more of a legal binding contract because they have to get approved in your state to offer a franchise. And the CBD business was moving so fast in order for them to grow, them being your CBD store corporate, they needed to offer these affiliates because they weren't approved as a franchisee in any states. Now, fast forward to today, from 2 years later, they are now legal to do franchises in most states in the country, including Illinois. I just haven't decided to go that route yet as far as franchising with them. So I'm considered an affiliate still, but will probably move into the franchise arena. To be a franchise, they have to offer you a document which is about 3 inches thick of legal schmeagle, and that it's just protected by basically the government. The federal government protects franchisees as well as franchisors. So right now I'm currently an affiliate.
Does that allow you to have a little bit more freedom, or is there still set standards, guidelines, and everything that you have to follow?
I still sell exclusively their products. I still use all their marketing materials. I still follow their system. I just decorate the store the way I want to. That's the freedom. And I'm trying to think of what the other requirement is. There's really not much difference. It's just I'm not signed up to a long-term agreement, which is what the step would be in a franchise situation.
Sure. So what grabs your attention for this particular affiliate? I'm sure there's lots of other CBD affiliate options out there. What stood apart? What attracted you to this one?
Well, number one was the quality of the products. You know, I did enough research to know the difference between what we were doing when we formulate our products compared to some of the other competition, the way they did it. We formulate all of our own products, which is very rare in this industry. It's such a new industry that there's a couple big players and they might just provide huge batches to companies, which they call white labeling, and then that company will just put their label on the product, trust the process of the extraction, and then you sell it. Whereas ours, we know the sources. We know the source of our plants. We know the source of the formulation. We know the extraction process. We trust it because it's the best. and then we know what we're selling. So that's probably what led me to this one. Their transparency in the way they do business, because let's face it, it's only been since 2018 where the industrial hemp part of cannabis was legal. So they call it the Wild West. We're still learning so much about it, and it's a rogue industry. So there are some bad actors, but I can trust our company does things the right way. So
that's great. And it's nice that they kind of did a lot of the work for you. So it's a little bit easier for you to say, hey, you're getting this great quality product, and you know they're backing it up by all what you just said, which is great. So what kind of hurdles have you had besides COVID and the way your location was affected as well, not having that major flow of traffic like normal? What other kind of hurdles have you had to overcome since you've opened, not only just here in Roscoe, but your other location?
So the major hurdle is educating customers the difference between the industrial hemp plant and a marijuana plant. Because the first perception is when somebody comes into the store, they think it's more associated with marijuana. And it's not. It produces different compounds in different quantities than the marijuana plant. And So the major hurdle is to get past that stumbling block of the person associating us with like a dispensary where THC dominant products are sold. One quick story, I did a direct mail campaign in the Sycamore area when I first got there, and sent out a bunch of postcards, with every door direct through the post office. You can determine which markets that you want to hit, nearby your store, different demographics, including income levels and things like that. So it's a nice way to market. And so I sent out several hundred postcards, and I get a letter from the post office with one of my postcards folded up inside the letter. And on this postcard that I sent out, someone, and I'm assuming it was a female because the handwriting was beautiful, telling me she no longer wanted to receive this type of advertising ever again, and it's because she thought I was marketing her marijuana products.
Sure.
And it wasn't that at all. And that's part of that stigma that the CBD industry kind of fights. But that was 2 years ago, and so much has changed since then, just through word of mouth. And a lot of our customers are seniors, and you know how they have coffee together and they talk about their aches and pains, and one person brings up CBD and then they're all ears. What is that? So they kind of educate each other, and then that leads a lot of people to our store where they can continue to learn and see what the benefits are and the different ways that CBD can be a part of their wellness journey.
Yeah, that's great. The I guess one question that brings to my head whenever I hear about the CBD is that, when you're driving by, you've got the video store selling CBD, you've got the gas station selling CBD. So how do you let them know that, when they walk into your store, obviously there's friendly staff, there's knowledgeable people, and, your pricing is quite different than those that you would see at a gas station. So I guess pricing to me would be a hurdle that I would struggle with. I mean, because we're generalizing CBD, right? But when they come to you, your product is much better than what they could get at that gas station, right? So getting over that maybe sticker shock, if they've seen it at the gas station, like how do you manage those kind of questions or inquiries from people that might just stop by after they pick up their bread and milk at the grocery store?
So that's a great point and a great question, because it's sold virtually everywhere. Because the FDA does not regulate it at all. It's not a regulated product yet. Maybe someday it will be, but it isn't currently. So you have the C-store, the convenience store industry, that they were told that this was a booming industry. So the owners nobody owns one convenience store. Companies own hundreds of those. So they're sold things that will obviously sell in their stores. So they're sold a few CBD products. What are the chances that that person behind that counter at that convenience store is going to know the difference between what a tincture will do for them or a gummy? They couldn't even. I love to go into convenience stores, or when the video store was selling it, or even pharmacies, and asking them about CBD products. They don't have any clue who I am, but I'll just ask them, "Oh, tell me a little bit about your product." Never has any one of them known anything about the product they were selling. So it's actually worked out in our benefit, because if the customer keeps seeing CBD at the grocery store, CBD at the drugstore, CBD at the convenience store, they're not purchasing it there. They're seeing it there, they'll Google it, and then they'll come to a place that comes up on Google that specializes in CBD, because they are going to get the experience of what it could possibly do for them and help them, and then the different ways they can experience CBD to benefit their life. So it actually is a good thing. I mean, when you see a 5-pack of gummies at the convenience store, and surprisingly enough, it isn't that much cheaper at the convenience store than what it is. I mean, it's actually a pretty expensive product at a convenience store. I'm seeing less of it, by the way, in some of those stores, because I think they found out that it's really tough to train someone on this type of a line of products. So it's still a benefit to have CBD in other areas, because it really does lead people to a store that's special like ours, that specializes in just, this is what we do.
Yeah, I love your perspective on that. So that's spot on. I think you've got other people helping you market it, and when people are going to make that decision, probably 9 times out of 10, they're going to come to a place where they can get their questions answered and get the right products that they need for whatever ailment they might have. So I love that perspective. And it's not really a hurdle. It's, helping you get that CBD mindset out there, that it is a product that could work for you. So that's great. And you also mentioned that the company provided training and education to you because you weren't from this industry before. You were in the industry of helping people, and what you're doing now is continuing to help people, but the education piece of the product or the industry, I think, is crucial as well. Did you have a learning curve? Was there, did they help with the business aspect too, or just mainly on the product side for education?
Well, they try to attract people that have experience in business, more so than people that have experience with CBD or THC or whatever, because the business side of it's actually tougher. The training they put you through, as far as understanding of how the body processes CBD, what the different delivery methods are for CBD, all that stuff, they had that research done, all those studies done, and they are experts at our corporate office. They blow our minds with their knowledge of all these compounds that come out of the hemp plant. So, when they put out the videos to train their affiliates and their franchisees on these products, and not only what it helps, but why it helps, coming from a non-scientific background, they're able to explain it to us in a way, CBD and the endocannabinoid system for gummies, which is what I need. And so it was phenomenal the way they broke down different sections of their training seminars to really spell it out, so that we could convey our knowledge to the customers. I mean, I get customers all the time. We spend 20 to 30 minutes with a brand new customer in our store before they even start to think about what they're going to buy. So that's a lot of time. And typically they're blown away by product knowledge of why the body can be improved with these products. I never knew what an endocannabinoid system was. Did you know we have an endocannabinoid system, Cindy?
No.
You didn't know that. It was discovered in the 90s in Israel by a group of doctors. And the endocannabinoid system, its job in our body is to keep us at homeostasis, which is just kind of level. And that's why when it comes to modulating pain or dealing with stress, that the receptors in that system bind with the CBD and the other compounds to improve that part of it to keep us at homeostasis. So again, I couldn't have told you that 2 years ago if you paid me, but it's part of the training, and then you get to understand that and understand why it works. So when a customer comes back very happy because a part of their life is improved, it's vindication on what you're doing. You're at the right place. So the training was huge, and then to be able to offer that to employees that are coming in, you know, the first thing you want is an employee that's very good with people, and then we can train them on this side of the business so that it's just like you being there too. So it's great training, and no other CBD companies in the industry really do this.
That's cool. And I like that you hire for personality and train them on the product. That's a big key. So if they don't know how to deal with customers, you just mentioned that you talk to a potential customer for close to 30 minutes before they're deciding what products to have. You have to get that right employee that is willing to be taking that kind of time with the client that walks in your door. So
right.
I like asking this question because everybody's answer is different and we all see it differently. But how do you measure success in your business?
Well, I'm a numbers guy. I like to see improvement. I just went over our monthly numbers with an employee here, and we looked at gross sales. We looked at what our net sales were, because we do discount a lot. We market with some deals and specials and promotions through both direct mail and text marketing and things like that. So we go over our net sales, and then we talk about how many customers. So we had an increase of 13% more customers August over July. And to me, that was more important than the net sales. Even though the net sales were up and made a good jump, the number of customers we're serving was up even more significantly, meaning we're doing something right to getting more people in the store, because we sell to 99% of the people that come in the store. I mean, if they're coming in here, they're generally going to buy. We do get a few tire kickers. They generally come back, but we sell to generally everybody that comes in the store because there's a reason they're here. So to see our numbers of customers and sales jumping up like that, that's probably the indicator that I know things are in the right direction. Does that answer the question?
Yeah. It's perfect. I'm not a numbers person, so my success is different than your success, which is awesome. But what an amazing amount of your statistic that you said 99% of them will purchase. Like, I don't know how many other businesses can say that somebody walks in, it's almost guaranteed that they're walking out with a product. Is that because of you, the salesperson, or is that because of the product, or do you think that they've already decided that they were gonna purchase? I mean, a sum of all of that together?
Yeah, I'd say a combination of all those things. I think when they walk into the store, they've already used Mr. Google to study a little bit about what CBD could do for whatever they're dealing with. And so they're coming in with just somewhat confident that either confident it's going to help them, or sad to say, sometimes desperation, where they've tried so many other things to help them, and they're just at the end of their rope where they, okay, I'm going to try anything, including CBD. which is just fine. I don't care being their last choice as long as they came in, and it's fun to see a positive result. So, and the other thing we do is we sample heavy. So we have snap packs, sampling of our tinctures, of our creams, of our pet oils. So I'll take those around town and drop them off at businesses, explain in just my Cliff Note version, the elevator pitch, what this could do and how to deliver it into their system and take it around. And so when you're out there sampling or gummies actively, then they could have had a positive experience just with that sample, and then they come in and buy from there. So that's one of our philosophies too, to get people in, is the way we sample. If a customer does come in and purchases a product, we try to sample them on a product that they didn't choose to maybe expand their usage a little bit. And by chance, if a customer does come in, like I mentioned, the tire kickers where they're just checking it out, we sample them heavy, send them home with samples of products that may benefit them. And I would say more times than not, we see them again.
That's great. Do you get a lot of repeat business from people that do purchase? Do they come back weekly, monthly? Is it usually a month's supply that they purchase, or? Usually
it's a month's supply. Our tinctures and water solubles are about a month's supply. Our creams can definitely stretch further than that. Pet supplies, generally every month we'll see them. We see customers twice a week, and then we see customers once every 6 months. So, sometimes people stock up. Yeah. I had a lady call this morning that she wants to make sure she can get 4 of each of the product that she normally gets, because she likes to, be stocked up for a while. So, it ranges, but we do get lots of repeats.
Great. Do you help out our pets with products too?
Oh, pets is a big part of our business. Dogs, cats, anything with a spine has an endocannabinoid system. And
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, dogs and cats deal with anxiety. We all know that fireworks, storms, strangers at the door, all those things affect pets, which affects the owners. So not only are you helping the pet out, you're going to have a happier household, because the dog's going to be a little bit more mellow during a storm. Mm-hmm. So, whether it's the treats, we have them in treat form, which the dogs like, peanut butter and bacon flavor, and then we have different oils that are really highly effective too for them. The cat snacks are a big hit for crazy cats, and mostly it's mellow mouth. The other side of it's the aging dog, the 12 or 13-year-old dog that's having trouble getting around. And I've personally seen that. And those customers repeat too, because the supply generally lasts a month or a little bit more. And then they come back because they see their dogs happier. They get more mobility and they're active more. Or on the other side of the craziness or the anxiety, it just helps them be a little less edgy, whether it's the car ride or the fireworks.
Yay, we always like to pamper our pets, so it was good to know that you have.
People spend money on pets.
They do. So my last question before I let you have the floor, since you were a franchise owner before and now you're an affiliate owner now, what's the biggest piece of advice you would give to somebody that's thinking about going in that direction versus just starting from scratch?
I would research other owners in that field you're looking at, whether it's a competing franchise or whether it's the franchise you're looking at. Interview owners, walk into their business, find out what they don't like about it, and don't talk to the owners that they supply you with. cold call off their website locations that they didn't tell you about, so that you can get a wide range of opinions on either how the franchise works or how the industry in general is from their perspective. So you can't talk to enough people. I mean, most franchisees are happy to talk to you about their business. Um, some will share with you all of their accounting and all of their books. It's amazing. And then some don't really want to share that information, but will answer the general questions for you. But that's my biggest piece of advice, is talk to as many franchisees and as many affiliates as you can to get an idea of how that corporate office works, because that's a huge part of franchising.
Great advice.
The support, yep.
So at the end of my show, I like to have my guests, promote their business however they'd like, tell us where they can find you, all that fun stuff. So I give the last few minutes off to you.
Yep. So physically, we are in the Roscoe area in the Highlander Village next to the Schnucks grocery store. You enter on the east side of the building where Great Clips also is, and you can enter our store in there. You can find us on the website at sunflora.org, or you can Google SunMed CBD, or obviously your CBD stores. You can see where our locations are. Most of our products are online. You can search out our pricing, all those things on there. We do have a Facebook page, Your CBD Store, Roscoe, Illinois. That's a tricky part of our business too, because Facebook doesn't allow any kind of paid advertising and promotion of CBD related products, just because it's in their policies. We know they do what they want. So Facebook's a little bit different animal, and it's one of our hurdles. So you can find us on there. We do phone consultations, 270-0108 with the 815 area code. We'll talk to people over the phone before they come in. And then I also do delivery and shipping. So that's all part of our business model, where we want to get the products in people's hands no matter what method it is.
Wonderful. Well, I've included all of that here, your website, the Facebook page. And if you're watching this on the replay and you have a question for Chip, just go ahead and put replay, write your question in, and we'll make sure he gets a response to you. But thank you so much, Chip. It was great to learn a little bit more about what you've gone through. I've been very intrigued on the whole franchise/affiliate, now that I've learned a little bit more about that. But I wish you all the best, and hopefully the doors remain open for you on the Schnucks side for you now that we went back to a stage here with COVID. But thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you on my show.
Thank you, Cindy, and continued success to you.
Great. Have a great day, everybody.